All right, I have another low-hanging fruit trade over here. Just let me annotate this quickly. We have a John Wickless, the legendary John Wickless here on the 2-hour. We have some nice trendline liquidity here. It's even more flat on the broker I'm actually trading. So just let me annotate that. And basically I want to target this. You might be asking, yes, there's liquidity up here in the form of this trend line, but doesn't mean that it wants to go there first, right? Because if higher prices are on the cards or in the cards, then price would likely sweep the lower side first. So we'll start on the higher time frame, just to give you an idea. Okay, let me just hide this. Hide this. Apologies. Okay. Okay, so the target was this 3-month BC up here. Okay, ultimately. And we had a nice move up. Using this candle, because we get a nice candle PD array setup, which is this, and this candle open, we go down and we push up. There's a nice move there. But let's go to the lower time frames and see what's up on the left, because we're likely going to get retracement before another big move up into this possible 3-month BC here. I think it's fair to trade up there, although it's not a guaranteed. So we go to the 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, because we're already into the 6-month area. And yeah, even so, we have a nice 6-month push up. 6 month actually opened this month and this week. And it was, it was the first week of July that gave us that move up. And we get this nice wick sandwich pattern down. And we also have this order block here, as you can see, because of this red candle and then this green candle here. Now, the only concern is that we are inside this busy. Okay, so you have to be quite mindful, as we might hit the brakes shortly and then start pushing up. So let's have a look at the 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, let's go work our way down the dailies. 4, 3. All right. This is a nice 3-day setup here. This is ERL with equal lows. Okay. We respected this one, and then we created this one, and now it looks like we're respecting this one. All right. So this is a 3-day, call it whatever notes you want, and then the external range liquidity is here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Not only that, we do have a nice R2F gap in here, which is very high probability. 3-day R2F gap. Okay, which is basically a gap that has a wick around this kind of length to the left. It can be a little bit taller, it can be shorter, not ridiculously long, but something like this is an R2F gap, and you'll find that it's very, very reliable. All right, so technically we did come and hit this area, but I think we can come down again. I think that's completely fine. It's fine. And I think we'll come down and hit this area because of this nice order block here. Okay, so ERL of the 3-day. Over here. Okay. Very attractive looking 2-day. As you can see, this whole area here. Stacked like this, push down. So we actually had to close up, push down, close down. And then we have this. So it is permissible in any circumstance to just come up here as well. But I find that, hey man, this nice liquidity down here. Is it visible on this time frame? Okay. Okay. The SSL, right? Over here. I'm just going to allow it on the daily. As you can see, okay. Sell side liquidity from these lows. You can even count this one. Basically, sell side, resting down here. Now we want to refine, go down to the lower time frames. I'm just going to likely just take profit at this level here. So we're working our way down. So we can see in the 14-hour, we had a gap in here. Respectos that gap. It's respecting it so far. And I generally go 12 hours and lower. But yeah, the other time frame still can show you something interesting. 10. Okay, 10-hour had a gap here. Okay. This would be a slingshot setup, which is an order block that gets created after trading into a gap. And then we target the external range liquidity, which is the low. In this case, it's just 10 pips. But yeah, we have a higher time frame objective in mind. 8, 6, 4. Can turn on my indicator just to see what time frames are coming up. We're going to get a new 6-hour and a new 12-hour in the next. So this would be a nice. We would still get an order block here and just double check the 12-hour. Okay, nothing too much to be said, but it'll be nice if it continues down. So we have a wick sandwich here. It gets used. We trade into a premium array using the so-called discount array in this scenario. Bum, big retracement and on this trend line, and I think can start pushing down. Why people trading this trend line are like, yeah, the trend line's holding. I'm going to buy. Let me buy here. I feel really comfortable now because of this hammer candle. And then I can imagine it's just going to start bleeding slowly, right? If it bleeds slowly, people would still think there's a chance, like, oh, it could bounce at any time. If it's fast, they might be scared out too early, cut their losses. But if it's bleeding slowly, it's like a slow death, it's just a more painful death. So the John Wickless 2 hours here. Yeah, so actually I would target down here. So that was the 12. Let's go down to the 4. We're going to get a new 6 and 4-hour, correct? Yes, new 4-hour, new 3, new 2, and a new 1 hour. Okay. All right, so we do have liquidity here. Resting up here. We do have liquidity also in the form of this trend line. I'm not saying it has to go for that, but one option, a safer option, would be to wait for that. It's an order block here. Maybe it bounces there. But I'm just getting in the position because I don't have the time to sit here and watch price. And yeah, for me, it's just better that way. But I really like this area and the 2 hour down here. So price shouldn't break this high at most. So I have a stop loss up there. And I already got in like kind of low here, but that's fine. Yeah, this is the trade. I put my stop loss somewhere around here, above this high. And you can see the lows are even more flat over here. Let me just compare. Here it kind of slopes up, but over here it's flat as a pancake. So I put the dollar bills, center, bottom, 28. The liquidity is down here, resting, waiting, deliberating, and I'm just going to take profit here. So it's below a 1 hour. But that's fine. If it's very high probability, that's fine. Yeah, and there are plenty of trades that are even better than this one that are more one-sided. This one has some possibilities of price moving higher. Where's the 2 hour? Let me see whether John Wickless is here. Okay, so I would take profit below the John Wickless for an extra $20. extra $20. It's fine. Yeah, so after price is formed, we'll see what happens. If it does well or not well. Okay, so let's see the R's on this. 0.8 R. It's rounded. Okay, 0.8. Yeah, so we have a couple of time frames closing. The highest being 6 and 12. 6, 12. 12-hour closing. Possible retracement to here, which would be around here. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one. Let me reduce the size of these dollar bills. Okay, then it would come below this low. Like in this case, I wouldn't put a fib. I like these lows, but I mean, I have no real anchor point to put the fib except here. And I'm not going to expect price to come down to 50%. It might not be done with its structure, and then I have to be driving this. They are nice. I wouldn't say equal lows, but you know, so far I'm not like bearish on this this pair. You know, I still think it might come higher. So this is a counter trade on direction, and okay, we have the kill zones here, as you can see. Okay, yes. So we had London open, manipulation open here, manipulation up, and then we went down, and just zigzagging over here. Okay, so that's it for this. Nice wickless candle here as well. So I have my stop here. Add an alert, add an alert, add an alert, and we're good. We're good to go. All right, let's see how it goes. All right. Quick follow-up on the British pound Canadian dollar. Okay, we had that sell side down here, and this was pretty much the target I had. Those equal lows, nice wickless candle, yada, 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 yada. Low-hanging fruit, basically. And see what happened. Yeah, so we came really low to it. Let me turn this off. Let's go to the 1 hour, maybe. Yeah, you can see the equal lows. But look what happened. We took out this one, but not this one, and then we started bouncing. That's very common, if you can see. I put the sell side here because if I scrunched up the chart to something, you know, reasonable, you can see that's very equal lows. You can't even tell that it's not completely level, right? You can see it comes here, big bounce. This is not enough to justify, hey, going back up. We're gonna get a bounce, and then it's maybe induce some people who are going, some traders who are going long, and then it's going to go back down. That's usually the case. It's usually the case unless it has somewhere interesting to go. Yeah, but it's just weird. Bong, bong, bong. You know, it's kind of like a ball bouncing. Bong, 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 bong. And then we should fall down. Yeah, just low-hanging fruit target over here, right? Simple. You can just risk more and have a higher likelihood that your trade's going to work out rather than risk less and trying for these further out targets, and you know, it just doesn't work out. So I just want to emphasize on low-hanging fruit. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and I'll give an update once price hits the target or stops me out. Okay, but it should, highly likely it's going to hit the target before coming up to this area, highly likely. Okay, let's go. Well, look what we have here. Yeah, you can see it had quite a bit of a retracement. And then it just keeled over. Why? Because wickless candles rule. Okay, so it did come into this 2-hour gap. Somewhat respecting it. The 2-hour wickless is here. I'm just setting my trade a little bit lower. Maybe I'll just put it a bit higher. I will put it at the high of here. Let's make it an even tree. It might go much lower, but I'm just keeping like this. This is going to be maybe a 2-hour COB as well. Yeah, it could even just go all the way down. Low-hanging fruit, right? That's the whole point of this. Yeah, I've added 150 minute, which is about a 2.5-hour time frame in between 2 and 3. So yeah, everything's going swimmingly. And yeah, I just want to show that manipulation up, right? That bounce, it looks like, wow, okay, it's doing well, and look what it can do. Just go from the middle of nowhere, right? You can even create somewhat of not really equal lows, but it came all the way here and just started going up. Because, price has to be efficient, and then thinking in terms of manipulation. We can't always get it right. It's not always such a simple rule, but when things are one-sided, things tend to work out pretty well. If the market went somewhere and did the manipulation already, like this, didn't even break the high. So, there you go. There you go. All right, I'll do a screenshot later once it breaks this level, and I see no reason for it to come up from here. So yeah, just very nice. Draw on liquidity to come down these equal lows, 2-hour gap, big inefficiency. Liquidity, inefficiency, fair value in terms of premium and discount. And thinking of manipulation when it comes to liquidity. And yeah, that's it. All right.